What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, you want to say what up?
What up, Dell?
Looking forward to a great show tonight. We're going to be talking about the scandals, the exposés, the controversies, everything going on right now, and why. Like, is people forgetting to pay their Illuminati bill or something? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And, as always, have a good time. So here we go. So, first things first. I don't know if this has been trending or not. I literally heard about this through a text message. I didn't see it online. But I want to send the RIP to Dexter Scott King, Martin Luther King's second son. He just passed away today. So yeah. He was an activist, for both a human rights and animal rights activist. As well as son of, the Martin Luther King Jr. And, just thinking about the fact that he was only 60, I think he was 62 years old. And, it's like, man, it's just so crazy to think that, this is such recent history that he not only, our people went through, but he went through with his own family. But yeah, so he passed away. I think he had cancer. From what the report said, he had been suffering or had been battling cancer, and got sick and passed away today. So prayers and thoughts to that family and to the Scott and the King families, and
yeah, prayers to them, because that's wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't follow too much news, so I miss everything, and then I actually have to scroll on Facebook to see like what's new and exciting in the world, like what are people talking about, and then I got to go find out myself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, doing this podcast has definitely been one of those things that have kept me, looking into trending topics, things that are happening, news, all that kind of stuff. And it's funny because in the last few months, due to work, kids, everything else, traveling, I've been just a little too busy. Haven't been on social media.
Been out.
Right. So, it's just been, few, going on, what I call them, Reddit, rabbit holes, TikTok, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The occasional, rabbit hole that I might fall into, but then after that, like, I'm off of social media.
Yeah. So I think for me it's less news, more of like video content either on TikTok and Facebook. Like when I get on my little Facebook real situation, is over for me. I get lost into them. That's why you seen me last week posting the a-hole, because I was like on it. Like once I got hooked on one, I was like, oh wow, these people crazy. Like
right. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like there's so much content on Reddit, from just regular people talking about their lives, having these discussions, and then it's similar to Twitter in a way, because it's very like going back and forth, text based and everything, but it's also its own little ecosystem, so it's kind of crazy, and definitely some of it can be a little wild.
Yeah.
A little toxic, a little crazy, but
I love it.
Right. It's our daily dose of drama for sure.
That part, especially with the wedding stuff, it's like I don't ever want to, like, I want to get married, but do I? Like them wedding ones be like.
Yeah. No, I'm stuck on the text message TikTok, the text message Reddit, and all the drama that be happening in people's lives and their text messages. So yeah, all the screenshots is like, it's crazy. You see all kinds of things happening to people and how it gets captured in conversations and arguments and everything else on text messages.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But tonight we want to talk about all the scandals and all the things that are going on. I know everybody's like familiar with the Cat Williams interview. I think it's up at like 50 something million
Yeah,
views.
all his re-interviews, the new interviews, the rebuttals, everything.
Yeah. People are definitely capitalizing off of the fact that this man went on a tirade talking about industry heads, talking about other comedians, talking about musicians, actors, everything. And then I think it not only sparked something, but it was also kind of a continuation of something we've really been seeing in the last few months, is that a lot of people are getting exposed. A lot of controversies are coming out, or things that we may have already either known about or have been talking about in the past have been revisited. And now we're seeing people either back these stories up or back these claims up. Like recently, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago, the whole Diddy situation, right?
Yeah.
Something that we've been knowing about for decades, honestly, for a lot of us.
But I'm surprised with all the other people that, like, all the new people that are coming. Some of them, I'm like, oh wow, like, because I didn't think he was around. Well, I mean, I guess he was, but like, I didn't have any knowledge of him being around them. But I guess when you don't really know the ins and outs of the music industry and stuff like that, you just know different parts of it. And like all these people coming out, and then some people, I'm like, oh shit, like, okay,
right, for sure. What up, Hank?
What's up, gang?
Hey, Hank.
Yeah, we just
unfired.
Y'all remember the little girl was sick last week, so she gave me whatever the hell she had going on.
Oh,
I was listening back to it, and I could just hear her coughing all in the background. I'm like, God, this sounds so bad.
Man, right, and it's going right into your lungs. But yeah, we're just talking about
a cough drop working tonight to try to keep it off. So I'm gonna be on the cough button a lot tonight.
For sure. No worries. Hopefully you it's light and you feel better quickly. So yeah,
that part.
Here we go.
So yeah, we're talking about all the different controversies and all the different people getting exposed. We were just touching on the fact that it kind of seemed like the Cat Williams interview kind of kicked off a lot of this, but we also were seeing this stuff happening even before that. And I forgot where I saw it. I know Cat mentioned it, but a lot of people were saying that made it basically like an open door for people to really start being in their truth, telling their stories, hitting people from their perspective. And do you think that this is the start of not only 2024 probably, but for a couple of years to come, but at least is this going to be really the year of telling the truth? Is this going to be the year for people to stop hiding things and stop trying to keep these secrets? Do you think this is really a catalyst for that?
Absolutely not. Now, this may be the year of the outlandish interview where people is just going to expose and say some goofy shit left and right, but they're never going to always lift the veil. If you lift the veil and show that you had your hand up the puppet's ass the whole time, you just killed your own show. Now you didn't kill the $1 billion industry, so you can't do that. But you might have a couple of loose cannons who will do some of these interviews, because how we are these days. If Shannon had this interview with Cat and it went to 50 something million, you about to catch that Joe Rogan interview, then I gotta get on here and say some even goofier shit. I remember the time when this nigga did this and they had some Vaseline in the room when this happened. They'll start to get just a little more outlandish. So this might be the year of the outlandish interview, but this is not going to be the year of keeping it real. Once everybody starts keeping it real, the liars really come out with a whole fabricated
Oh, okay. Oh man.
But see, I think I'm from the perspective, not necessarily the year of truth. It's the year of their perspective.
Okay.
Because we understand, like I said when we talked about the Cat Williams thing, if anybody really believed that everything that Cat Williams said was the gospel, honest truth, without no embellishment or no lying here and there, is attempting to allow themselves to be brainwashed. Because not everything, even when we're telling a story about what we went through with somebody, it may not be the whole truth. It may be from our perspective, and this is how we perceive the situation, but doesn't mean, and I quote this because I saw somebody say it today and it made me think about it. A lot of stuff that we talk about is from our feelings, not necessarily, we can speak from our feelings and with our perspective, but not necessarily what happened. This is how I felt about this situation. And I had to, like, this was completely a different topic, but it relates to this right now, because it's like, everybody wants to tell their truth, but it's like, really, your truth from your perspective doesn't mean if me and Willie, or Willie and Hyper are having a disagreement and we all have different perspectives of what went wrong,
3 different views
doesn't mean that I'm telling the truth. Doesn't mean Willie's telling the truth or Hype. We're saying how we feel from our perspective and why we feel wrong from our, doesn't mean it's the truth. You felt that way. You're valid to your feelings, but it doesn't mean it's the God's honest truth. That's why I said when Ice Cube, like, whether or not people, like, because a lot of people got hung up on whether or not people say he was actually lying. He may not have been lying about the whole story. To some parts they wanted to clear up. Like with Ice Cube, he said, yeah, Cat Williams wrote most of the Money Market parts because Money Market parts were small. It's not that this part was big and Cat Williams wrote this whole thing on his own. No. Your part was just like Ricky Smiley's. It's just that you brought more to your character, so you were allowed to write more. You didn't come in there as some new guy saying, I'm going to write all these things. You got to deal with it. That's not how that went. But if people see it from Cat Williams' perspective, they're only thinking, oh, well, he wrote all the Money Mike lines. No. That storyline and that ideal was taken, and Cat Williams took it and flew with it.
Right.
So the truth from his perspective, sure, a lot. We may get a lot of that, but it doesn't mean it's the gospel truth of what happened. It's from their opinion and from where their feelings are. And this is what I believe, and this is how I feel about the situation. And that's great. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But also understand that it's a lot of people that got receipts outside of you that can say these are things that can't be debated.
Yeah, and that's
these people are actors and actresses. So when the lights and the cameras come on, they're going to put on a show. So like the same way we could all look at a picture of a little kid in a dress and say, my opinion could be as inappropriate. Sonny's could be that it's cute. Willie's could be that, like, I wouldn't let my kid. So like you could have those 3 different perspectives on one thing. But now if you're a showman, like, you're gonna make it a little bit more outlandish. And now the little girl, you didn't have her doing all types of nasty shit that wasn't even going on. Like, so that's just what it is. It's like we can't always lose sight of the fact that these motherfuckers is acting when them lights come on. Live. How many times did he go, hold up, cut, let's redo that one? Like,
well, yeah, and that's the thing is that, a lot of people were talking about, and I think Ryan Davis was one of the people I saw that really kind of broke it down, was that he was like, you really can't, like Sonny said, take everything that this man said for the gospel truth, because you're forgetting that he's a comedian. He was saying stuff out of comedic timing. He was saying stuff out of trying to be funny. He was saying stuff because it was just something to say. So you definitely can't just roll with it because it's coming out of his mouth. And then I love that, Sonny, because what you just said earlier about, we're speaking from our feelings or from the actual truth. And that was something I recently just heard too. And I was watching Keisha Knight Pulliam on her show, and she was talking about the situation that was happening between these two married couple, between this married couple, and the wife was on the show talking about.
That's what I saw too. I saw that clip, and there was something else that I saw along with that kind of like tied it in. I think you know how you get on watching one reel, you get that you like that one, they kind of cater the next one to what you like. So it's kind of.
Yeah, Lil Rudy. Yeah.
All right, yo, the name. I'm like,
you gotta say Rudy. You can't say Keisha Knight Pulliam. You don't know her.
Right. So yeah. She hosts the after party show for Married at First Sight, and so she was talking to one of the wives, and the wife was saying how she didn't feel like she was well, at first she didn't mention that she didn't feel safe. She was just talking about how she felt like her husband was being mean, or that her husband was being, unreasonable. Or her husband was being, and Keisha kept asking her, well, what did he say? Or what did he do? How did he do it? And she was like, well, no, I told you already, I didn't feel like he was being nice to me. And she's like, okay, well, you're talking about your feelings, and you're talking about from your perspective, how you felt about this situation. I'm asking you specifics about what actually happened, so we can get a bigger picture or a greater picture of what really was going on. Because that's the thing, you can't refute specifics, and if you do, then now we can set it up for like, this is your perspective on this, this is this other perspective, this other person's perspective on this, and back and forth, so I definitely feel like, that's a great point, because I think people do that all the time, that we think about when you hear a good storyteller, a person that tells a great story gives you both perspective and the actual details. But when you hear somebody telling you a story and you either feel like, oh, I'm only getting half of the story, or it's not really the full honest what's going on, it's because you're hearing these insinuations, these feelings that they had, these one-sided parts of what was going on versus what the actual specifics are. And I think that's important to understand.
Yeah, because I think that, like, and I think we all are
what up, Jamie?
People that do that, but like I've been learning even before seeing this post or seeing these two videos that I did see. Mm-hmm. It was like I'm a person of, I'll tell the story, and maybe from my perspective, but I'm telling you deep, like, factual things that can be proven that happened. This is what I felt about it, because I'm one of the people that I'm a constant validation seeker. So because I want to make sure, because either I'm going to overreact or I'm going to underreact, or I'm going to want to make sure, because I can go left really quickly. So I want to make sure that I ain't tripping, and I should act the court like, yo, really so quickly. Because I'm a true tourist. I'm a bull in the ram shop. If I feel like I'm like, if it goes left, oh, there's no off button. I'm going extremely too far, like further than far. So I like to catch myself before I get there. So now when I get there, I'm justified, because whether I may not take it too far, you shouldn't have took me there, because I don't know how to turn it off once it's on. But I like to check in, like, so this person did this, and this is about to be my response. Like, do you feel like I'm right? And like, I'm gonna tell it from my perspective, but I'm also gonna try to keep in mind to tell the key parts of the story. And then so I had people tell me like, no, don't do that, like, because then it's not right, and then you're gonna be out here looking stupid because you done did this, and then you're gonna find out X, Y, Z, and then you're gonna be sitting there like a dumb person, like, I can't believe I did that, and now you up there locked up, and you in jail, and people living their lives happily ever after, and you over here just done wild out. So I had to catch myself a lot of times, and I had to get people to catch me, because sometimes I'm just on go, and that's why I said, like, when I saw that today, it reminded me so much of myself. I try to catch it, because am I in my feelings, or am I really like,
right,
really understanding like what's actually happening before I go left? But like I said, a lot of people speak off of their perspective and feelings.
The perspective, and that's the thing too, is that I think sometimes some of these stories, like, okay, so I want to jump to Brashear Gray. If you guys are familiar with him, he was the kid that played in Empire, and he played one of the sons. Hakeem. Thank you. He played Hakeem.
I didn't know Empire myself.
Dripping.
Right, no doubt. And and that was the thing, is that what was that?
My mother-in-law bought the CD.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, so
that joint in the car.
One of the big things was that he had a really great career going on. He had a lot that he was doing in the industry, and then from a perspective of what he could have done or what he could have been, is that he could have been a huge star. And one of the things that I saw was that people were there was a couple of videos that I saw out there. They were talking about like, oh well, he got involved with Diddy. Matter of fact, you probably saw when I popped it up on the screen there. I had to take it off because there's a YouTube video playing on the side. I don't know when Google started doing that, but yeah, basically he got involved with. Well, actually, I think he got involved with Will Smith first, and then Will Smith was, supposedly trying to hook him up with Diddy, and then they were like, oh yeah, his career went sideways because he didn't want to mess with Diddy. But then when you look at the reports and all the history of what he was doing between the I think it was second season of Empire, all the way up until Empire ended. This man was out here wilding. This man was getting arrested. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. He was involved in some domestic stuff with his wife. He had, gotten diagnosed with bipolar mental health issues. And so he was constantly in the news, constantly, popping up. I'm pretty sure that had a little bit more to do with his downfall than just him not working with Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
And also Jesse Smollett in their careers too, because he was out here wild.
Well, yeah, that part. They messed up everybody.
Niggas thought they really was the Lions. That was the
right. Right. But and I did say, and I was when I was telling somebody about this, I was like, I do feel like if he had worked with Diddy, he might have been able to use Diddy's power or Diddy's influence in order to avoid some of those stories getting in the news, or maybe even getting some help, with his PR and stuff like that. He might have been able to, so that lends to the thing I said earlier, like, are some people not paying their Illuminati bill? Because the thing is if you are, involved with some of the bigger names, some of the bigger companies, some of the bigger stars, and then you get, either in their good graces where they help you out, or you get, into some of their contacts and some of their getting their favors, then, you can get some help to boost your star factor, or even, get out of trouble and that kind of thing. But the thing is that he himself was taking himself down a path that was not good for his career. Had nothing to do with, they're blaming Diddy because that's the perspective they want to be on. They wanted to, ride that let's down Diddy train, versus looking at, well, what is this guy actually doing? What's actually causing his career to go in this path?
See, the thing with those situations is it's a nice way to tell somebody that you don't want to do business. You don't leave with a bad relationship. I can easily have the conversation with you where it's like either things work or they don't. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. When you do business with people, it's never personal. It's just always business. You just got to keep it like that. There might be a deal on the table that works for you and it ain't gonna work for me. But I can nicely just say it's not gonna work for me. We don't have to have a bad relationship. You don't end up having to have a bad name with this person, because ultimately in that situation, you're still going to have to deal with this person. You're not going to be able to be in the entertainment industry and never had to deal with Puff. So whether you like the way,
especially because he was doing music too, so that was another big thing. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You can't be in that industry and not deal with this boy. So you could just say like, no, that deal really don't work for me. Because some people are going and go, oh fuck no, because again, first time you had a little taste of fame, you reading your own press clippings and you thinking you're a little higher than you are. Totally understand, but you got to understand that in business settings, it's always business. It's never personal.
But see, I think it's a slight difference for me. Not that because I don't know the situation or whatever, but we all know Diddy.
Don't let me.
But we've heard the stories of Diddy, and I think a lot of people, a lot of high-profile stars aren't used to someone saying no. Because like I said, you talking about a young boy whose career is on the rise, definitely talented outside of personal life, because you look at all these celebrities, they all got janky ass personal lives outside of all of that. Whether or not he was screwing up his life or anything like that, he was getting pushed off on somebody, whether or not he was aware of what Diddy was doing, or he had heard some stuff, he chose not to deal with him. But it doesn't, like, I'm not saying it's all to blame on Diddy. I'm not saying that. It's a lot of factors and why people careers don't go the way they need to go and how they feel they should go and stuff like that. But we're coming from an era where a lot of the upper echelon, should you say, aren't used to hearing no. Especially to somebody that's on the rise. You see somebody on the rise and they star is about to rise, you want a part of that. You want to, whether or not Diddy could market it and do whatever he needed to do. Like if he was aware of any situation that Diddy had been dealing with people, he was aware of what potentially could happen to him outside of everything else. Yeah, he probably could have helped him with everything. Yeah, he probably could have helped him with the legal things, but at what cost?
Probably never would have had the legal thing if you were Diddy.
No, Shine did. Shine did. He was with Diddy, and it didn't matter. So, So like I'm keeping it in the buck. So that's neither here nor there. J-Lo got caught up in some shit. J-Lo got caught up in some shit. It's a lot of people that got caught up in some shit behind Diddy. So at the end of the day, whether or not he can make those legal stuff go away or not, it's if you see that this kid is talented and he's on the rise. He did Empire after, while doing Empire. Shortly after, he got signed to do the remake for New Editions of
Yeah,
the whole thing.
the new edition
Some
series. Yeah.
young boys did an excellent job. Whether or not he chose to sign up with Diddy or not, Diddy could have helped him and everything like that. Like if he had helped them, maybe he would have signed to him. But at the same time, if he had signed to him, what at what cost would it have been? Diddy out here wilding. We hearing stories about Diddy now. A lot of people knew about this, same like they knew about R. Kelly, and it was cool with it.
Yep. Yep.
Like I'm young. If I ain't trying to be your butt boy or whatever else you want me to be, like I'm sorry, I gotta say no. And sometimes people don't like hearing no. So we don't like hearing no. All of a sudden now he not doing none since.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not it's how many people we know in this entertainment business that got lives crazy and still out here making money.
Yeah, true.
So to like this devil's advocate, what if he did have something to do with it? I don't think it's none of my business, but it's a yay or nay. I don't really care. But I'm just saying it's not that he don't wield the power to influence or speed along the process. Like you come on. Farnsworth was here and Farnsworth was gone.
Yeah.
You don't know about him no more.
Yeah, that was crazy because he was actually starting to really blow up, and then all of a sudden it was nothing.
He had a little gentleman thing on VH1, and all of a sudden he gone. Why? Because he stopped rocking with Diddy like that.
You stop rocking with me, I make the phone call to the nigga in VH1, and now that shit is over.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
now
these people
got more followers.
Some people got this God complex where they can make you or they can break you. You tell them no, well, all right, and then your career is over. So you don't want me, you're not gonna have no career.
Right. Well, and so I mean, and that was something that Hank mentioned earlier is that people rock the boat, right? And then they challenge either the hands that are feeding them or maybe even the whole industry. And so let's jump over to Taraji, right? So Taraji is one of those people who is trying to rock the boat. She's trying to challenge the industry. She's trying to challenge the status quo, right? And she's been talking about the pay discrepancy. She's been talking about quitting acting because she doesn't feel like she's getting the honors that she should be getting, or she doesn't have the status that she feels like she should have. And so, there's even been people saying that, she's doing this in such a way that it's taking away from her star power. It even is distracting from her latest project, the new Color Purple movie, right? So what do y'all think about her doing something like this? Do you feel like she's, really challenging the industry itself and bringing truth and light to what's going on there? Or do you think she's really doing this just for her own gain and boosting her own presence?
I mean, the first person is always the outcast. They always look at you like you was the one that was wrong. So they always want to vilify whoever speaks up first. And that's just how the game go. Yeah, it's not gonna work out for you, but 20 years from now, the little girl who is the actress in the new Mermaid or whatever the hell is going on then might be getting the right pay. And then they try to give you those flowers when you either dead or barely able to get up on the stage to recognize all of the great work that you did. That's just a part of being the maverick, being the historian, being the person who puts themselves out there, who realizes that we are bigger than me. Not a lot of people realize we bigger than me. Like Muhammad Ali, I'm not going to Vietnam. I'm not boxing. I can't box. Then oh well, I'm not boxing because it's a bigger situation than just me worrying about me going. Like, so Taraji's not wrong in them situations where you should be getting more. You at this echelon, but they paying like that's just how the game go with anything like that. If it's a subjective situation where it's not like a salary cap like sports where they saying the top nigga is going to make this, the second person is going to make this, the third, it's not like that in acting. They can flat out just say we're going to pay you 20 million, 100 million, or four. Like we can pay you 400 grand to do this movie. There's no set budget there. There's no set numbers there. Maybe you should take that to the SAG Actors Guild and talk to them about getting a structure. If you did this amount of movies, if you gross this amount of money, if you've got these accolades or whatever. But even then, once you go to the accolades are the same group of people. Every year when they start voting on who's winning for best picture and best actress and actor, I've never heard of these movies.
Right,
I don't know who fuck who's winning. I never heard of the movies that y'all have up for these categories. When they just had Martin, they had the cast of Martin on what was that, the Emmys like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They never got nominated for an Emmy for Martin. How do you expect me to respect your awards? This is the greatest sitcom of all time to me.
Yeah.
There's no way
A lot
that
of
they
people
never
watch it.
got
They still watch
nominated.
it to this day.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
for
watched
sure.
it last night. There's no way that The Wire was never nominated for anything, never won anything. If you expect me to respect these like structures that y'all use.
Right. But you know, and to your point, Hype, you were saying how, you know, the first person usually gets vilified, right?
Vilified. Yeah.
And actually that would have been Monique. Monique was one of the first ones to kind of shine some light on the pay disparity and some of the issues that she was having with people like Oprah and who was the other guy she was having issues
Lee
with?
Daniels.
Hold up.
Lee Daniels.
Monique, though, remember Bill Cosby said this on the show. You gave me the steak dinner, but you put it on a trash can lid.
Yeah,
Monique's
and that was the thing.
delivery-
Yeah, and I agree.
Monique's
She
delivery
definitely
was
took the wrong
horrible.
route.
Yeah.
She took the wrong route. So
I think
she
there's a
got
lot of
completely
people-
brushed aside.
Yeah. I think it's been a thing. It's not just for me. It's not just Monique. It's not just Taraji. It's not just them. It's been many of Black people or women, for that matter, especially Black people, that have spoken up about the discrepancy because it's a hierarchy. The white males get way more money than anyone. The white women get right, below that, and then the Black people below that. So and it's crazy because even with Terrence Howard talked about Hustle and Flow. He got how much that cost, how much he got paid out of that, not including he did the songs.
Oh, right.
And he gets no credit for any of those. No royalty for It's Hard Out Here. Like, that's his voice. He recorded that. He gets no money. So I'm like, it's so many, and it's sad because then you look at it like, so with The Color Purple, this is why I'm glad Taraji spoke up, because these are new actresses getting out there. So you're talking about the new kids on the block, the new Black girls that are coming out there now to do this show. Yeah, you think however much they're gonna offer you is great, right? But it's in all actuality, if you look at it, it's not really. It's great for you right now,
right?
But in reality, like how she broke it down,
yeah.
It's just like how much after taxes, how much you got to pay your people that help, like the team, like all this stuff. Because on top of that, Black people don't get Black people don't get help with their hair care. They have to bring their own stylists because you got these stylists that don't know how to do Black hair, so they got to make sure they got right people to take care of their hair while they maintaining whatever looks and stuff like that. Like, it's just so many.
That's why I said the game is rigged. Like,
it's so many different layers.
Right.
So they have to speak out whether or not she's going. And I feel bad for the Black people that are like upset because she makes such amount of dollars.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the things I saw. There was what was his name? Funky Dineva. He was on his show talking about how he didn't really care about this situation with Taraji because he felt like, one, it was rich people problems. Then he was like, the thing is that she was complaining that she got paid $10 million for one of the movies, but she only took home $2 million. And he's like, I know some people who would have just took the $2 million and would have dealt with whatever they got after the fact.
Now we got bills, households, kids to maintain, and shit like that.
They're
paying all your people.
Statement. The reason why that's an ignorant statement is because if I have a $10 million, if I work for $10 million, let's just say a shot, that means I have the expenses of somebody who makes $10 million.
Right.
I don't have the expenses of somebody whose house is $100,000 if my house is 1.6 or 3 million. Like,
right.
So,
right.
Yeah, like relatively, if we want to talk about, that's just like when people say, "Oh, LeBron makes this much." How much do you think the person who owns the team makes? Because they're making $1 million on parking and hot dogs. But that's every game, and we're not talking about that. So don't tell me about, it's $2 million. I'll take $2 million. Not when you know everybody else is getting 40. You're not going to just take two. Like,
no doubt. Real talk.
That's just like when you first start working and you was like, man, all I need is a job, and you got like $7, $8 an hour, and it was all the money in the world. Then somebody offered you 15, and you was like, nigga, I'm rich. And
oh man, I remember the first time I saw $12 an hour, and I was like, oh my god, like I didn't know how to act. I really didn't know how to act.
That's like me coming from.
I thought I made it.
That's like me coming off of
1085, bro.
welfare with $322 a month in cash, right? No,
322 a month.
I'm sorry. 322 in food stamps and like 100 and some odd dollars in cash, right? To me doing the unpaid internship at my job that I work at now, about to be 15 years, right? When I got hired, my now work mom walked over to me and said, Sharitha, how do you feel about 16 such and 16 something dollars an hour?
right.
I said, do you know I get $100 something else per month because they was paying whatever, and that $100 was going towards my rent. So the 322 was just my food. I ain't had no hustle back then. It was just that. Like it was just that with me and my daughter.
Right.
16 what an hour? I will do whatever you want me to do for $12 an hour, let alone appreciate you. Right. That seemed like a good deal for me because I was broke.
Yeah, it's all
now,
relative. Hey,
16 something ain't gonna cut it. I got real bills and a house. I don't got time for that.
Well, but that's the scary part. Some people still only making $16 an hour, and that's big money for them because they haven't made that.
I moved on 1085. I moved out of my mom's on 1085. I was making $262 a week. I said, man, this is it.
Right.
That struggle was real.
Oh yeah, I was making 7 something an hour, or 8 something an hour, and then I moved to an apartment, and then I started making somewhere around 9 something or 10 something an hour, and I just was like, oh, I'm floating, I'm good. When I got that 12, I thought I made it. I was talking about buying a house.
No, that's back when I had partial rental assistance, and I was paying only $109, and it was the 2-bedroom for $600. And I was like, girl, I went on vacations like nobody's
bro.
I was on vacation. I went to Miami, Atlanta. I was out. Like I'm out. All right, 109 bitch. I'm out.
I'm telling you, boy, that what was it, 715 to 1085 changed my life.
ain't nothing like a 25% raise that just make it happen. Just give your heart joy. But like you said, Haim, that's the thing is that we're talking literal apples to oranges when it comes to thinking about that. And I think sometimes I think sometimes if you put it in perspective for people, like tell a person, look, if I told you you're going to make $16 an hour and you're all happy because it's $16 an hour, but at the end of the day, by the time you do the math, you really only made $350. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be really ready to punch somebody in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that people think about it like that. They don't think about the fact that, and like you said, to the point of she's got the expenses and the lifestyle of a person that makes $10 million in a movie.
She said basically what they gave her for one movie was to pay her son's tuition for school. That was it. Like nothing else.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, not every situation is going to go like that. Not every job is going to go like that. But also, you know, we got to think about the fact that, like you said, Haim, that it's not just the fact that she's only making this. The thing is, what is everybody else getting? You know, and how is it distributed? And who's really just getting the fat of this? You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes a movie will do, you know, mediocre or bad, and then, you know, so it's over budget, right? You know, so nobody's really getting paid off of that besides who got paid up front. They the lucky ones. But, you know, a lot of these movies, they do really well. They make their budget back. They may even make double that, maybe even more. And, you know, it's a sad state when it's like, okay, this person, like we were talking about the Terrence Howard situation. I know for a fact that movie made more than $12,000, and that man
was in that movie too, and she sung too. She ain't get no credit on that same song with Terrence, but Terrence did a lot of the songs, but with the songs that she was on. So imagine if Terrence Howard only got $12,000 for that movie, how much you think Taraji got compared to the girl who took the whole thing over when he got locked up?
Right.
She probably got 5,000.
Right. They was probably making SAG minimum wage. That's probably what they was getting.
And y'all know, like this is my regular job. Like I be around these type situations. I cannot tell you how much money they waste on these joints. When I tell you these niggas is buying 400 sandwiches every day before catering is built, they spending $400. I mean, buying 400 sandwiches for lunch, then buying another 400 for dinner, and you might just you want 20 of these joints because we just gonna throw them away. Mm-hmm. You start riding around giving shit to security. Because you be looking at this
Right.
shit by day 2, you be looking at this shit like, yo, how much money did they just spend on food? That ain't even the waters, the juices, chips. This is just sandwiches. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you know, and to the point, I think Sonny, you might have mentioned this earlier, that it's not just black actresses, it's all actors and actresses that, you know, have had this discussion, especially, you know, minority ones. But you know, even just women in general, you know, the pay disparity and the fact that, you know, people are, you know, seeing that kind of difference in their salaries. But then, you know, let's come outside of the entertainment industry and go to, you know, something as simple as, you know, the corporate America, where we know that women get, you know, underpaid compared to men. You know, so I think that pay disparities and pay gaps are just, you know, one of those things that we have to definitely fight, and not worry about that it's because this person is making $2 million when, you know, we ain't making $2 million. No, this is a problem across the board. You know, everybody should see equal work, equal pay, or at least, you know, there should be some kind of structure to it so that we can understand if there's a difference between what this person's getting versus what this person's getting, and not make it so unfair.
Yeah.
it should be
That's
that
facts.
same old adage of what do you bring to the table? We
Exactly.
have a budget of 100 million, and Taraji is going to be the star of this situation, and we
So
have
your stars should
budgeted
definitely get paid more, but you know, okay.
copy. You know what I'm saying, we shouldn't have a budget of 100 million, and we just spent 12. Like, what we doing with the other 88? We just tucking. Like,
That part.
Right, right,
That
right.
part.
type of
It's
shit
just
niggas
crazy.
do.
It's just sad. That's why I'm glad that I work in the money department of my job now, so I can make it make sense. And luckily, you know, our wages go by what this one entity says is supposed to get paid for this title. So
We
it's
found
like,
out at my we had found out at my job that the old supervisor used to get a budget for a Christmas party every year. Every year for the Christmas party, this nigga would go get like 12 pizzas and, pepperoni, sausage, mushroom. He got all the different joints, and that's the Christmas party. That nigga tucked the money. His cousin owned the pizza store, so you gonna call up your cousin and say, "Hey yo, hey Dame, let me get I'm gonna need 15 pizzas tonight. I can give you a
Right.
bean, and I'm gonna tuck the rest of the shit." Like,
oh wow,
that's some better ass shit.
hey, he was being resourceful.
Right, right.
I could have
Hey,
used
hey,
the extra
more
$20.
people exposing, right? More people exposing.
I'm saying I could have used the extra
Expose
twenty
him.
dollars
I
in
don't
my
know.
check
We don't
for
even
all
have
that.
Christmas
Goddamn.
parties. Well, we have Christmas parties, but they're not like I be mad because other agencies be having some lit Christmas parties, and we just have to sit down and look at each other during the day. I want to go out and drink and look at so on the dance floor dancing crazy and get pictures, and I'm like, yo, so and so
All
was
right, so
lit.
this is. I got a question real quick since we didn't talk about the whole Lion family. What about Andre? Is Andre in the headlines? Is he doing anything? What's going
I
on,
love
man? Is
him.
he is he
No,
Hmm.
bipolar in real
he
life?
married
Like, what's going
to
on?
Anika.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. That's what I'm
he was
saying.
really married to her for real, wasn't he?
We just talked about the whole Lion family except Andre. He's left out again. It's just
Yeah,
I
like
Andre, his
left out
crazy ass.
again. Right,
he's left.
right.
It's just like the show, man.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
Trey Byers. Yeah, yeah. I forgot about him, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to look it up now. Like if he's even doing anything. He
I
was
think he's still
in.
married to that girl, right? They was really married, him and Anika.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's still married to her. She was actually just in what's her name? Megan Good's TV show Harlem. She was just in
Oh yeah,
Harlem.
Harlem. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I watched that.
yeah. And then
I catch the new season.
yeah, he was in the 24th and as well as in Selma, but I don't think he's done anything since then.
Damn, Selma
I
was a
told you,
minute
what's the name
ago.
messed it up for everybody.
Oh yeah, no
Damn,
doubt. Yeah, yeah. He
Selma was a
definitely.
while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Selma was a while ago. 24th was in 2020. I don't even know what that was about, but yeah.
He
Uh,
messed it up for everybody. I'm
I guess
trying to tell
apparently
y'all.
he showed up in Harlem with his wife as well, and then oh yeah, I do. I think I do remember him being in Harlem. He
Selma
had
was 2014, nigga. That was 10 years ago. God damn, I thought
We
Selma
oh
was
old.
like
dang, that dang
2019.
yeah.
We old.
I ain't got no crimes about that. My back was on tilt.
Listen,
Nigga.
my
I don't
gray
know
hair
what
is
was going on.
disrespecting my braids. They don't even care anymore.
Right, right.
I mean,
As
at
long
work,
as I
people be
keep
looking
him,
at my grades like don't look at them.
as long as I keep him cut, the grays don't show on me.
No, my grades don't care what kind of style I got, what hair color I got. It was like whatever, man. We out here. Let everybody know you old. You don't look old, but we're gonna let them know you old.
Right, right, right. But yeah, so the other one of the other scandals that just recently popped up, and this is the thing. It's like, this goes back to we kind of talked about this in one of the recent join the conversation group posts, where we were talking about jumping on these news stories and these things that are happening, and you don't have a lot of information, or you may be taking it from your perspective of like, this is what I believe this happened based on the information that I have, and I had this back and forth with one of the people on the group, because they were concerned that some of the information that I was talking about, that I was basing my perspective on, was not completely proven, or I didn't have documentation, or whatever the case may be. And I definitely felt like, hey, I had articles, and I had that kind of thing. What up, though, on Dame? I had articles and
Miami
that
won
kind
a
of
couple of
thing.
playoff games. Niggas can't report to work. That's crazy.
I know, right? but I definitely took it from a perspective of, this is what I saw, this is what I understand, or this is how I feel. He took it from a perspective of, I want the facts, I want this, I want that, I want these specifics, and I think that sometimes we jump on these things because of how it makes us feel, and what it does to us emotionally, that kind of thing. And so in this situation recently, a woman, had reportedly got attacked by a group of men and was hit in the face with a brick. And so she was saying how, she didn't do anything wrong, and that she had been injured, and she did a whole GoFundMe, raised $42,000. But now the police are saying she lied, that this was all a ruse, that the video shows that she was hit in the face with a bottle of water. She may have actually been antagonizing these guys, or it was just a setup. And that, bottom line, that she is accused of theft by proxy, because she set up this GoFundMe, which she actually had another GoFundMe with the same exact details 3 or 4 years earlier, and had raised over $3,000 or $4,000 at that time. So police are like on her head,
Oh
and so it's
wow.
like,
Oh yeah, I saw this.
yeah, so it's like these kind of situations come up. How do we protect ourselves in these situations? Or do we go with what we have in front of us and just roll with it? Do we look at the perspectives? Is this is going to be the year where we need to do more fact checking? What's the deal?
I think stop just going to GoFundMe. Stop. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a lot of people that lie on GoFundMe. They tell a story, a song, and a dance. I'd rather you be truthful. Say I'm broke, I got bills, and I need help. Say
And
that.
there's a whole section of GoFundMe for that.
Yeah, people help out with people. Some people do that, but don't sit there like that type of stuff. This is why I don't like to. I'm an avid person of, I'm not donating on no GoFundMe. Um, I'm more likely to donate to a charity than to GoFundMe, and I don't even, that charity may not even get the money where it's supposed to go.
Right.
But like GoFundMe is so much set up with that. It's no, yeah.
I just say you don't
Unless you don't
give
know
what
them
you can't
personally, don't
afford
do
to
it.
lose. Don't give what you can't afford to lose. I believe if sincerely you was donating $50 to the girl because she got hit in the face with a brick, or that's the story that you seen, copy. If it
Mhm.
turned out to be not that that's what the situation was, I mean, I came into it with the best of intentions. Maybe you didn't, and that's how the shit goes sometimes when you just on the internet donating to people you don't know. I'm quite sure your cousin that you ain't talked to in a couple of weeks could have used that same $50 that you just out giving niggas if you just wanted to have a generous moment and call some of your folks, because I'm quite sure they can use the shit. But
Right.
can't never just be going with shit that you see on the internet. The internet is too fake. I remember a girl showed me at work one day. She was messing with this dude. He had a girl, and she said, "Oh, he ain't leaving his girl for me." So she sat there at work, made a whole fake text change between her and the dude to send to his girl.
Oh wow. Oh, that's
They got a
crazy.
they got an app where she got his number and having a whole conversation, but it's just her texting herself and sent it to his girl.
Right,
Like,
right. People don't realize you can create these fake text chains either.
But that's why I'm saying, like, how do you fight this if that shit say Willie with your whole phone number?
Right, right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Your girl ain't
Dude,
trying to
AI
hear
is
that
really
shit.
about to make us have to do some flips to get out of trouble.
That's what I'm saying. You can't fight with that one.
Man,
Special guest in the building.
I know, right? Right. Hey, little one. But yeah, even here we're seeing like on the side here is like all these different fundraisers, and a lot of these are like people just needing help paying their bills, paying medical bills, paying doctor or rent, paying all kinds of stuff because but it's like legit stuff.
Yeah, I mean, shit is fucked up out here for some people. So the bad part about this stuff is the people who have the child with cancer who cannot get insurance to pay all these fucking bills and really need this help with this shit. You can't even help them because the last motherfucker that got hit with a bottle of water and told you that they was concussed for 8 years, like, shit be fucked
it's
up.
A mess. Right.
Yeah.
Damn, this person raised $2 million just from supporting they just paying their bills. Literally, just paying their bills.
Well, look, man.
I need to do that for I'm about to start a GoFundMe for my son tearing up my house. I need to replace some shit.
Right. Oh shoot, you might. I mean, shoot, tell your story. You might.
Yeah, I might cake out because the way he done. I got pictures. Y'all can see the destruction in my house. He about to be homeless in 2.5 seconds.
Right, for sure. But yeah, and like just you said, if people are just truthful and just let people know, like, hey, I'm just broke. That's the thing. I'm broke. I got some stuff going on. I just need help. But they said that she faked her story. She's been charged with death by deception. They got video evidence. Like now she about to, have to pay this money back. She might end up going to jail for some time. All this stuff all over, some GoFundMes.
That's what I'm saying. I can't I can't be sitting in jail for 3.5 to 6 because I had $60,000 I was stealing from niggas on the internet. Like,
right.
Shit too easy to detect.
Literally nowadays, I mean that's the thing too. It's like a lot of people don't realize it's so much so many ways that people can find out the truth. People can find, like the guy that was posting pictures of himself with money and everything and brand new car and a brand new house. Turned out he was robbing his own job for the money. He was taking money straight out the bank, out of his bank till, and then.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I saw that. I even thought this.
I think they just charged. I think they just sentenced him for what he did with that situation. So you got to pay restitution and go to jail.
Oh, wow.
They had a nigga at my old job stealing out of petty cash. Set a camera at the drawer. The nigga leans in this close.
Terrible. Literally looking directly into the camera, don't even realize it.
Don't even know it. And catch the nigga in the drawer.
Wow. Crazy. But that's the thing. People think they're getting over. People think that that they really one-upping on everybody. And just
I might just start a GoFundMe and take pictures. You might listen. This is destruction of the, this. It took about a couple months to get this one done. Like I can afford my bills. I can't afford this extra shit.
Right. Oh, right. I mean, but that's real life.
I can cover these bills, but this extra stuff I don't got time for.
It be that miscellaneous shit that come up out of nowhere. Like, what? You grew 2 inches? The fuck? You didn't even wear this shit yet. You wore these skates twice. Goddamn.
That part.
Talk about that's my life. I don't been through that for too many times.
Listen, my son is 5 foot and he's only 10 and his birthday is next month. I am scared about what's about to happen.
My daughter is 5'2". She just turned 11 last week.
Oh well, yeah. So you know my plight. I don't know what to do with him. Mm-hmm. He's about to be taller than me. I'm 5'3 3/4. He about to be taller than me.
Wow. My daughter might post you up, Sonny. Get it.
Like, hey, what's up? I'm like, first of all, don't do that. Like, don't.
I know, right. Hey, and y'all know I'm a tall guy, but my son is catching up fast. He just turned 7. No, he'll be 18 this year.
No, you see the pictures of me and my nephew. Right. He 18. All of a sudden, he got a deep voice. I read, excuse me, sir, I don't like it.
Right.
Jump up and punch you. I ain't scared of you.
I ran into my man's son I'm like, nephew, good? Yeah, Unc, I'm cool. First of all, lower your voice.
That part.
Exactly.
Like, first of all, I don't like
When
that.
did
Get
you?
all that bass out your voice. Exactly.
First of all, your voice is too deep. You're going to work, and when did you get chest hair, nigga?
Oh, my nephew got a whole beard and everything, like this, all this. I'm like, first of all, he just turned 18 in December. What's first of all, I don't like none of this shit.
You're right. Like, who told you this was okay?
All right, you gonna make some chicken? What, sir? I don't
Right.
even like this. I need you to take that bass out your voice. Talk to me like how you used to do when you were littler than me.
Exactly.
Sick of it.
Man, crazy. Like your voice deeper than mine. We got a problem.
That part.
But yeah, any other thoughts or comments on this whole situation? Who else you think gonna get exposed this year?
I think they about to expose. They about to expose. Outside of Donald Trump, because he already been exposed. I think they about to expose somebody big. I just don't know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be somebody that we ain't even gonna think about, and they just gonna be like, boom.
Cuz get up there and just say anything. Like the nigga was up there talking about he ran against Obama. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Wait, what?
The nigga got up there talking about he ran against Obama and he won. Like, huh?
Bro, what? Is he on crack? Oh Lord.
That nigga just be talking up there, yo. He be like
talking to be talking.
What? Yo,
I think somebody about to get exposed that we don't even know, that we ain't even thinking about, and it's gonna be catching so off guard. We're just gonna be sitting there and like the receipts gonna be receipting.
Man, now that is what I'm kind of thinking too. That's the reason why I asked the question, because I'm kind of thinking that, like you said, the receipts are going to be receipting. It's going to be so much evidence. We're going to be just looking like, wait, what? Like, how did this?
It's going to be somebody. It's going to be somebody we least suspect. We ain't even think
unrefutable.
About. Ain't on our radar. It's going to be somebody like that.
Yeah. But they definitely gonna blame it on they definitely gonna blame it on their haters though. You know how that goes. This is definitely the society.
Who has an album?
Huh?
Who got an album? A big tour?
It ain't gonna special. It ain't gonna be
whoever
somebody
has something coming up.
It could be somebody
who got something coming up. Is the person.
So the situation with Jonathan Majors, the situation with who else just recently got in trouble?
Hold on. Did you see the MLK post when they had him holding Coretta Scott's hand? That
was wild. The internet don't sleep. Internet is undefeated, and they don't sleep.
Y'all had decided that's what y'all was going to do.
That was his fault, though. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said what he said. But no, that was wild. But yeah, I definitely feel like somebody big, because and like you said, I forgot which one of y'all just mentioned it. It's like somebody. It definitely seems like it's always a person that's got something big going on, and I feel like some people say that they're getting railroaded, or that they're getting targeted, or that they're getting. And I think part of it is because once you get something big going on, or somebody takes notice, like, dang, you're doing a little too good. And I don't think it's because they want to just take you down just to be taking you down. I think it's because they feel like you don't deserve this because you did me wrong, or you did this to me, and now you're getting this. Like, how are you so up knowing how bad you took me down? You know what I'm saying? I definitely think it's a type of targeting. I don't think it's the industry targeting you. I don't think it's the Illuminati target. I don't think it's that. I think it's literally people getting their feelings because they feel like, hey, you know what? You did me wrong, or you did this group of people wrong, and now we got to take you back down, because you just can't keep doing good and doing great, and everybody think you're such a great person. Because that's what happened with Jonathan Majors. Is I feel like, and I agree with one of the people in the group, as I was saying, I was like, I agree that I feel like part of it was railroading, because of the fact that the man got so big. He had a whole multi-decade deal with Marvel in order to do a bunch of movies, a bunch of things, all this kind of stuff. Then he had some movies going on with a whole different movie studio. Then he had some other business deal coming down the pipe. Yeah, a lot of people was just loving this man. But the thing is that you've been shitting on people all this time. Somebody's gonna get mad. Somebody's gonna get upset, and somebody's gonna make you pay or make you be accountable for your actions. You
I
can't,
think it's
you
gonna be
can't
Oprah.
assume you're gonna keep stepping on folks and then just keep making it big. It's 2024. We're not doing that no more.
I think Oprah might go down. They might take Oprah down, like because if I think about somebody big that's about to get exposed and they're gonna have receipts, the receipts gonna be receipting. I think the only people that I feel like could like somebody big, like the upper echelon, it got to be either Oprah. I had somebody else in my head. Damn it! God damn it! It's gonna be somebody.
I don't know what to
Like I
expect. I
said,
just know just get ready for the ride.
Like it's probably gonna be a female. It's a female's turn to go down. I don't know who it's gonna be, but it's gonna be somebody.
the whole joint is like who got the big project coming out this year, what's the big situation, and then that'll tell you, all right, it'll narrow it down to these 6 people.
Right.
Because guarantee Cat Williams be on tour this summer.
Oh, you know it. Well,
but
you know,
Kevin Hart ex-wife.
His latest,
his last name.
Yeah, his latest, not tour, his latest special on Netflix jumped to top 10. At first it was top 20, and then it jumped to top 10. Kevin Hart's wife is now touring with him and using her last name, talking about how she's gonna use it. Now she's relevant again, talking about she's gonna keep using that last name forever. And then
they advertising Cat Williams for a show here. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah,
he told
he's on a whole tour. He's got another 100 city tour right now.
I bet you he is.
Yeah.
He said it. He told Kevin Hart he was coming to his town. What's up?
Yep. So
again, this is my feel, so I'll be knowing these things.
Right.
I know what's coming to town.
Yeah.
So I definitely see this as a year where people are going to really be on it. People are going to be trying to see what big fish they can take down. Is it railroading? Kinda, sorta. Is it targeting?
Like, I feel like, because I don't want to say, and I think a lot of black people get hung up on they trying to take our black people down. And it's like, no, these black people been doing people wrong too. Like it ain't just white folks doing us wrong. Sometimes it's our own people doing this wrong.
Well, this is my thing though. I think we notice the black people more because that's where we're at, right? We're in this space where we're seeing these things because this is the things that we feel is where we're the audience.
That's
for that.
Who you looking to, yeah.
Exactly. Like Heinz was just saying earlier. He's like, why didn't this show get a nomination, and why didn't these people get an award? But think about all the white shows that didn't get those nominations or awards either, that white people probably thought was amazing shows, but that's what they were into. They were into those shows. And for us, we only got a handful of actors, a handful of, big musicians, a handful of, bigger shows, a handful of this, a handful of that. And so it's easier for us to see it. And it's easier for us to target that and be like, well, why aren't they getting the accolades? Or why aren't they getting this? Why aren't they getting that? There were 17% of the population and 8% of the industry.
It's also though that's what you can attain, because it's like I've seen the nigga who grew up down the street became an actor or a musician or an athlete or whatever. Right. I never seen the white dude. I didn't grow up with him. I don't know what his backstory was. I know this nigga had roaches and took care of his 3 little brothers.
Was homeless, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I know that story. I don't know the story of these niggas in the suburbs because I wasn't there. I was right down here with this nigga though. So this is the person that I'm looking at. He's forever competition.
So last question then. Do you think that we should be giving black actors, actresses, entertainers, all that kind of stuff? Do you think we should be giving them more grace in these kind of scandalous situations because it's only a few that make it and there's only a few that can get in there? Should we be giving them more grace? Should we be attacking the haters or the exposers because we're like, hey, don't take our black actors down, don't take our black celebrities down? Should we be giving them more grace?
You remember when you was a kid and your parents told you that you keep our shit in house? Mm-hmm. You don't go talk about what's going on in our house to nobody else. Don't go tell your aunt, your grandmama, who the fuck ever. We need to do that as a community. We need to do that as a whole. But we be so quick to say, Willie fell, fuck that nigga. You see, he ain't never do nothing for his. Like, we be so quick to jump on each other when, again, the nigga who's over here who runs the whole studio is the one who's really stealing all the money. He's really the bull who's saying who's doing this, that, or whatever. I'm just the front man. This is not really my shit. This is really his shit. But it looks better if they got me in charge.
Right.
So we should definitely be doing that. But that always goes back to how we all got here. And this nigga's dark skin, this nigga's light skin. Let's just put them against each other and never have them unify. If we ever unify, we will be a dangerous situation. But we're never going to unify because we're gonna always go and look at each other and say, "Oh, he think he better than me. She thinks she better than me."
No, see, I can't subscribe to the mentality of what goes in this house stays in the house because like we talked about this on past shows, a lot of what goes in the house should not stay in the house because people are having real problems inside the house and stuff need to be addressed. So with that being said, right is right and wrong is wrong. That's where I'm at with it. If you're wrong, you're wrong, and if you're right, you're right. If you are doing the right things for the right reasons that are helping people, I'm all for that. I don't want somebody to tear you down just because of bullshit. Mm-hmm. But if you are doing something wrong, you need to be exposed for it. Like you need not that you need to be exposed to the world. You need to be held accountable for it. Because you can't keep doing this wrong thing because you're never going to learn that you shouldn't do it. And this is how we got Hollywood now, because a lot of people have been doing a lot of wrong things and it's been deemed acceptable. A lot of people's kids are dealing with mental stuff because it seems okay and it's something that was acceptable and nobody said anything. It was hushed. It was because had nobody said nothing about Leah marrying R. Kelly, we would never know about R. Kelly until the tape came out. Or unless so there's a lot of things. So other people can be victimized or be victimized because of this person is doing this wrongdoing. So I am not a fan of what goes on this house stays in this house. I feel like if you are doing something that is harmful to someone else, it needs to be you need to be held accountable. Doesn't matter what color you are, how much money you have or how much money you don't have.
All right, I'm not saying let's justify no bullshit. Like you said, something wrong is wrong, something right is right. Like, so please don't nobody hear that from me. Elvis married like an 11-year-old or had an 11-year-old girlfriend. Nobody talks about that. Nobody's vilifying Elvis about that. We're killing R. Kelly though about this same shit. Harvey Weinstein got convicted for all of that shit. Niggas killed Bill Cosby over that shit. None of us are killing Harvey Weinstein about that. That's the shit that I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you're going to hold someone accountable, hold everybody else accountable for the same thing. It's no difference.
But that's not how we, the community, carry it. We don't carry it like let's just vilify everybody who's doing the wrong shit. We're just so focused on us when they're doing the exact same shit, but we're never bringing that up. Ain't never saying nothing about it. Don't even know about it. Niggas don't know about Elvis was knocking out an 11-year-old. Niggas are still showing up at Elvis' house thinking that he's still at Graceland and he's walking around and his ghost is here and all that type of goofy shit. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, right is right, wrong is wrong, but we got to keep that on an even feel, and we never keep that on an even feel because we flat out don't give a fuck about what they doing. We just vilifying each other.
Yeah, I agree. And like Hank said, yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, sexual assault and stealing joke aren't the same. Yeah,
no, that like petty stuff like that. Like I said, that's petty. But I'm just talking about like not necessarily Cat Williams level of stuff. Like if these people
having a broader discussion than that.
Yeah, I ain't talking about minimalist stuff like that. I'm talking about like real shit. There's a lot of people like even with the P. Diddy and stuff and the Cassie situation, whether she was right in how she moved about it is because like I think everybody get hung up on blaming the person who's put it out. Yes, her tactic was fucking suck. How she did it sucked. It doesn't negate what actually happened to her and what people witnessed. So yes, how she went about it, problematic as fuck. Mm-hmm. What happened to her, problematic as fuck. And if it happened to her and other people, it was done with the round other people who were okay with it and didn't say anything was wrong about it.
But that's the one thing I was just thinking about. Is like, is it and Haim just kind of touched on it. Is it unfair that it's so imbalanced that it's it seems I don't know if it really is, but it definitely feels like and it seems like there's an imbalance in how the accusations come out and how the exposures come out and how the allegations come out in terms of like way more. It seems like way more Black entertainers and celebrities are getting hit with these kind of things versus whites and others. Are they protecting their people and we're not? Are they giving their people grace and we're not? Or are they letting things go over there and we're egging to get these people down because they're doing better than us? Is that the thing? Is that the deal?
No, and that's the thing. It can be said about a lot of things. We already know the law wasn't made for black folks. It wasn't made for people of color. It just wasn't. So while Joe Schmo could have killed his wife, and somebody black could have so Joe Schmo could have killed his black wife.
He gets manslaughter. He gets murder one.
Yeah, and then a black person kill his white wife. Oh no, he going down. So with us and the black community understanding that there is a imbalance of justice as it relates to black people, we get harsh sentences. We're thugs. We're this, that, and the third. Whereas a white person can do it, and they're just crazy, and they need to be in a mental hospital while we're thugs and predators and all stuff like that. You know that, right? We know that ain't happened 2024. It been going on for years. The law was never made for us. We always get the worst end of the stick. So while we know that as black people, why are we doing nonsense and expecting us to treat us like white folks? They're never going to do that. So like I said, if you don't want to get that slap on the wrist or the above and beyond and all this extra shit, then don't be doing fuck shit. Because the law ain't for you. It's to put you under the jail. You can do the exact same thing that a white person do, and guess what? You going under the jail. He may get a slap on the wrist of probation. So we know the law is not for us. So with that, knowing that, why are we surprised that we getting harsher, being slain through the media before we even get to trial?
I am with you there. If you could just not do the nut shit, and then you don't have these problems. It all goes back to you did some nut shit, or you said some nut shit. If you never say it or do it, then we don't have
these problems. The law ain't for us. They don't give a fuck about us. They ready to lock us up. We nothing but animals and monkeys and hoodlums. Y'all giving them a reason and getting mad. They just treating y'all like animals, monkeys, and hoodlums. The hell?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
They been doing that. We ain't. If I go postal at work, black state worker went to work and lost their damn mind. They don't care about what happened before I lost my mind. All they know is I went up there and shot it. Not that I'm going to do this. Let me put the disclaimer out. Not that that's my ideal, because I could get killed right now for saying that. But I'm just saying, if I was to do what some white folks do and go shoot up someplace, I'm going to jail. I'm going under the jail. I'm not even going to probably make it to the jail.
You probably won't make it to the jail. Yeah.
The last person that shot up a place got walked to Burger King, sat down and was protected the whole way and made it to jail safely. I'm me. If I do it, I might not make it.
Right. It's a wrap. Literally. Yeah.
The fact that I make it to the courthouse or jail is by God's grace. Because these white folks ain't worried about me.
Yeah, well, great show, guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for the night.
Definitely won't be getting a number 6 out of that deal.
right.
Ain't worried about me. I will be in the interrogation or in the paddy wagon for 7 hours when nobody can find me.
Right.
And all of a sudden I'm in the mugshot dead. I don't understand.
Like the nigga who broke his neck in the back of the paddy wagon because they had him
broke his own neck, right? Broke his own neck.
Sandra Bland was alive in her mugshots.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. I'm going to die if I get locked up. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah. Well, make sure you guys don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when to catch us here on the GFT Radio Show. We always have a great time. We always have great topics. But in the in-between time, you can check us out over at facebook.com/groups/GFT Join the Conversation for our Join the Conversation group, where we tackle a bunch of other topics, as well as have healthy debates or even share videos and memes. So make sure you get over there and have a great time with us as well. Facebook or GFTradioshow.com for all our links, all our socials, all our other methods of communication that you can catch us on. But make sure you also get over to our Creator Spring, where you can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, and more over at gftradio.creator-spring.com. Free on-demand live. You can catch us here live on all the video platforms, but you can listen on demand to our audio platform over on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, 24/7. We got all the shows there, all the episodes, so make sure you go check that out. And then in the meantime, Sonny, tell the folks where they can find you.
Of course, you can find me at I Am Sunny _D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can catch me on my website, unreservedlyme.com.
And those DMs are wide open.
They are not. Someone will tell you that they're not, but we're on the we gotta see where we're going type tip.
You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am hype. That's HYMPE. It's hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Episode 129 is out right now. Very, very good episode. If you are in the city of Philadelphia, you need to be listening to this episode, sliding down to the community center. All I'll tell you is they're giving out free CDL certifications and free forklifts. If you get down there, take the course, and pass that whole situation. Ain't got to spend a quarter for it. This shit is free.
That's
Follow
dope.
me at Custom Hustle World and Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter for the clothing line, at H2H Cleaning on Instagram only for my cleaning company.
All right, for sure. And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG and Twitter and Threads. Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. You can visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. WillieStyles.info for all my links. You know where to find me.
You supposed to elongate all my.
I know, right?
I be I'm like this.
For sure. Well, another great show. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all get back with us. We got another show on Thursday with the Unreservedly Us.
Yes, we gotta pick our topic.
All right, for sure. Me and Chevy, we should be back next week. We were supposed to be back this week, but something else popped up. So come back next week. We're gonna start on Marvel's What If. We're gonna try to knock out those episodes on What If, and then we're gonna follow up with Echo. And then we have.
I gotta start watching that. I heard it was good. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, that's why I just heard it was good. So I definitely want to talk about Echo as well. So so get with us. We're going to be here, and then like I said, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when to catch our shows. Like Hype said, make sure you check out his latest episode. Is available on all the audio platforms. So make sure y'all get with us on the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. All right. Until next time, we are out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Respected, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTRadioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links